Okay, hello everybody, how are we doing? Okay. Let's make sure everything's where it needs to be. Hey Max, how are you today? How's your Friday? Good so far? Good so far. How have you been keeping? Hi Joe, how are you doing? Welcome back. Hey STFC, how are you doing as well? So, it's Friday. You know what that means. It's Farming Sim. Can you hear me alright? My mic's a bit further away than normal, but I mean, it's a strong mic. It should pick it up anyway. Let me know if you can see and hear me alright on whatever platform you're watching on right now. Hey Fred, hope you're well. Weather is glorious. It is very nice today. It was even better yesterday. It was a gorgeous sunny day yesterday. It's quite overcast here at the minute, but it's still like very warm, you know, so I'm happy. Hey Chaztastic, sorry, how are you doing? So, it's Farm Sim Friday. We're back for some more Farming Simulator 25. P's here as well. Hi P. Okay, everyone's here, turning out in full force over on Twitch, as I hoped you might. Before we do begin, I just want to quickly mention, and yes, I am using the word Twitch now. I can't be bothered to pretend anymore and keep calling it Purple App. We are one live stream away from affiliate on Twitch, which means if you can go over to the Twitch stream and watch it today, as long as we get an average of 3 viewers or more in today's stream, we have hit affiliate. Which is insane. That's huge. I can't believe it's happened so quickly. We really... the thing is, I feel like it's a lot easier than I expected it to be. All it took was for us to knuckle down and for me to like really push people to go and watch over there. And obviously I've done all the new graphics and stuff like that over on the OBS stream, which is on YouTube and Twitch. But I still can't believe it's happened so quickly. I'm really happy. Thank you so much, everyone. Again, assuming we do get the average of 3 viewers today, that's it. It takes a couple of days to process, but that means that by Monday for Minecraft, we should be affiliated, which again, absolutely incredible. So thank you very much, everyone. Once again, if you can help me out by watching the stream over on Twitch, it would be very much appreciated. The other thing I want to say before we begin is if you look in the top right of the screen on YouTube and Twitch right now, you'll see that the game that we're playing tomorrow is Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. Ta-da! I mean, you may have figured it out. You may have already guessed. This is a brand new game that just came out a few days ago. It's a train simulator game. It's built on the engine of Train Sim World, but it's in the Thomas the Tank Engine universe. And I'm a big Thomas fan. I don't think that's really a secret if you've seen some of the piano videos that I've done in the past. I'm a big Thomas fan. I'm a big Train Sim fan. And a brand new Thomas the Tank Engine train sim game has just come out, so that's what we're going to play on stream tomorrow. That's the big secret game that I've been keeping under my hat. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. For now, though, obviously we're going to be playing Farming Sim, so I'm going to transition over to the game view now, and we're going to get into it. But yes, just to mention again for anyone who's interested, I will be playing that tomorrow in tomorrow's live stream, which will be very exciting. Okay, I am turning off the live preview and the music, and we should be good to go. I've already got the game open and loaded, so we should be able to dive straight in. Sorry for the long preamble today. Here we go. Okay, we're in, and first of all, we actually left the last stream in a bit of a hurry, as I remember, because we ended up overrunning. So we are kind of just parked in the middle of a field right now, or at the edge of a field, rather. So last time we planted oats in this field here, field 23. I'm going to take the tractor back to the farm, and we're going to skip ahead to April, and then we're going to plant our next crop. And the crop that we're going to be growing is green beans. Oh, my gear shifters. There we go. Okay, the gear shifter is on its last legs now. It really has declined recently. But yeah, we're going to plant some green beans. We have in the schemes tab from the red tape mod, there is a green bean harvester, and it's like to incentivize you to grow that kind of crop. So if we grow green beans, they'll give us a harvester to harvest them with, which honestly is really going to motivate me to actually grow those crops, because they are very expensive machines, you know. But first things first, let's get back to the farm. Oh, 1 second, let me just... oh, handbrake doesn't work on this, does it? So... It's alright, I got rid of Justin. Justin's gone. What a shame. Over on Twitch, by the way, obviously I can't see the live view counter, so if someone could just let me know, like, every 10 minutes or so, if you could give me a quick update on what the view count's looking like. And as long as it stays above 3. It's at 4 right now. Lovely. That's good to hear. You should have said the word and I'd remove them for you. Oh yeah, I forgot. You're a mod now, aren't you, Fred? I forgot I added you as a mod. I've got such a big team of mods on TikTok now. I forget who's actually doing it. Okay, open the gate. Thomas game looks fantastic. Should be good tomorrow. It does, STFC. I've tried not to watch too much gameplay because I don't want to spoil too much of it. But it looks like it's going to be really good. Again, I'm a huge Thomas fan. It's going to be very nostalgic for me. I grew up on the book series and the model series of the TV show. And it really is what inspired me to be interested in trains in the first place. Like, I genuinely think I wouldn't be as interested in trains as I am if it weren't for Thomas and Friends, you know? So I hope the game's going to be a lot of fun. It's definitely going to be very nostalgic. There's story mode where you can like replay, like you can play some of the classic stories from the TV series and the books, which should be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. Everyone's been playing it as well. When it first came out, I was a little bit apprehensive about playing it on stream because I thought, well, no one's going to want to watch me play a Thomas the Tank game on stream, are they? But everyone's been playing it. Literally everyone has been playing it. So I feel less worried about it now. I hope it's going to be a really good stream. You need mods on Twitch, says Chaztastic. Yes, I will be adding some moderators on Twitch very soon. Especially because, you know, we might be getting affiliated by the end of the day. I am gonna need some moderators to help me manage the community a bit more in future. Because once we get affiliate, we can start doing subs and adverts and bits and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're definitely going to need a mod team in future. Max has already volunteered, and Max will definitely be one of the mod team. Fred says, I'll jump over there later on and you can mod me if needed. That would be very nice, Freds. 2 or 3 I'd say is a good amount. Yeah, I think for the size of my channel at the minute, 2 or 3 would be good. The only problem is, not every mod can be on all the time. This is the problem that I've had with TikTok, is I've got like 8 different mods on TikTok, because you can't always guarantee that a mod's going to be on, you know? which is fine. You know, mods have their own lives. You know, they can't be monitoring what I'm doing on stream 24/7. But yeah, that's the only thing, is you have to kind of have enough mods that there'll always be at least one available. You know. Anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep. Max says, work from home, normally not busy when you stream. That's good. That's good news, Max. So you should hopefully be here more often than not. Okay, let's sleep. Chaz Tastic says, Thomas the Tank Engine has to be my favourite TV show growing up. Me too, Chaz. I like to say, absolutely loved it. If you've seen some of my piano videos on TikTok, I've played loads of music from the original TV series. I was absolutely obsessed with it. Do a quick save. Max says, watched a friend play it the other day and immediately thought Saul would love this. Yep, I've been waiting for it, honestly. It's taken quite a lot of restraint not to buy it and play it already, because I was really tempted to, but I decided I was going to wait until the stream and play it like absolutely blind. Well, I say blind. I have seen a little bit of gameplay footage, but as blind as I can. You know, I haven't played it yet. P says, I had Thomas on VHS as a kid at my grandparents' that was damaged and used to jump during the title song, and it used to scare me so much. I have a Thomas-related VHS memory. I had Thomas and the Magic Railroad on VHS, and I just have this really vivid memory of the tape got damaged, and I have this really vivid memory of my mum taking it apart with a screwdriver and winding it back up for me so that it'd work again. Because I watched that film just on repeat 24/7, you know what I mean? Anyway, what are we doing? Let's we'll save that discussion for tomorrow. For now, let's get our heads in. We're already 15 minutes in. Let's concentrate on the farming for today. We are going to plant some green beans. So if we go to the policies tab and then go to schemes, there's a scheme here. Never mind, it's gone. It's gone. There was a scheme where it offered to, if you planted green beans, they would provide the harvester for you. But it looks like it just expired in the last month. So, emergency change of plans. I guess we're not growing green beans. So what should we grow instead? Okay. We can get a tractor demo, which is cool. Let's take a look at the crop calendar and see what else we can plant in April. Oh, we got a new mod, by the way, which is... I'm not sure where the menu appears for it, but I've got a new mod where whenever I hire an AI worker, there's now a menu that appears, and it'll show you how much progress the worker has done in the field. So if you've got like 4 or 5 workers at the same time, you can check how they're all doing, which is pretty cool. I don't know what the keybind is for it, but we'll figure it out. Okay, crop calendar. So, in April, we can plant carrots, corn, grapes, grass, green beans, rice, oats, radishes, olives, onions, parsnips, peas, poplars. We can plant everything. We can plant basically everything. The only thing we can't plant today is wheat, cotton, canola, and barley. So we are spoilt for choice, really. What should we do? P says, I know I can't always frequent stream, but I'm happy to mod on TikTok or Twitch if ever needed. That would be appreciated, P. 6 viewers, says Chastastic. Very good. What should we plant? What should we plant? You know what? For once, I'm going to let you guys decide. I'm going to throw this one to the audience. We can plant basically whatever we like. The only thing I will say is... vegetables have quite expensive harvesting equipment. Hold on, sorry, my hair's messed up. There we go. Yeah, the only thing I will say is vegetables do have very expensive equipment to harvest it. So if we plant onions, peas, parsnips, carrots, it's going to be very, very slow to harvest. Obviously, P says do peas. I would love to do peas. Like I say, the only thing is the pea machine costs like £600,000 and is very, very slow. Let's have a quick look at the harvesting equipment, because the planting's the easy bit. It's the harvesting that we really need to worry about. So if we have a quick look, obviously we've already got a combine harvester. So if we were to do barley, oats, sweet corn, sunflowers, all of those can be done with a regular combine harvester. If we want to do vegetables, the sugar beet harvester costs £739,000. That's £739,000. If we want to harvest beetroot. If we want to harvest potatoes, £600,000. If we want to harvest parsnips, carrots, or beetroot, it's going to cost us a minimum of 39,000, which isn't bad, but this machine is so slow. Like, unbelievably slow. It does one row of vegetables at a time. This harvester literally harvests one single carrot at a time. So it would take hours and hours to do the whole field with that. Spinach harvester is 600 grand. Green bean harvester's 500 grand. The pea harvester is 571 grand. The onion harvester is actually kind of cheap. That's not bad. Onion windrower picks up the windrow, cleans the onions and drops them. Cuts the harm off the onions and drops them. Okay. We could do onions. That's not bad. What do we think? Should we do onions? We can. Let me just double check that we can plant onions today. We can. Who's for onions? Raise your hand if you want me to plant onions. Also, quick question: does our sewing machine plant onions? I need to double check. Vadastat Proceed V24. Let me just verify that we can actually plant onions. No. Okay. So we also need to get a special machine to plant the onions as well. What would that be? Onion. Wait, how do we... I'm confused. Oh, this one. This one here plants onions. It only costs 52 grand. That's quite cheap in the grand scheme of things. And it's only 140 horsepower. Let's get this. You don't have to buy a harvester. You can lease one when harvest is needed. That's true, Fred. That is true. I do prefer buying equipment to leasing it though. So if I can find cheapish equipment, oh, the Landini on sale. Actually, whoa, wait, hang on a minute, hang on. There was a tractor that we could demo. Exact specification of the demo is determined at the point you sign up to the scheme. Would that have enough horsepower? 1007 series Massey. Let me check in the shop if it's going to have enough horsepower. 387, 1007, 105. Okay, never mind then. Never mind. We'll just take one of our existing tractors. Let's take the TM. Okay, we'll go that way. We're not going to harvest the onions today, by the way. We're just going to plant them. It'll be a couple more streams before harvest time. You can lease until you grow and expand. It's the progressive approach. That's true, Fred. And I also do have the lease to buy mod, so I should start using that a bit more. Like hire purchasing, you can lease it for a few months and then pay off the rest of the money and keep it. Leon says, out of your rig setup, what will you be upgrading next? As much as it pains me to say it, it might have to be the side panel, because just recently the gear shifter here has broken a little bit. It's come out of its socket and it's very loose, and I was noticing earlier in the stream it wouldn't actually let me change gears properly with it. I had to properly like force it into place. I have had this side panel for 3.5 years, and it has been, you know, beaten around a lot in that time, like bumped into and stuff like that. So as much as I love it, I may have to get rid of it. Although, having said that, I probably won't upgrade it. I'll probably just buy another one of the exact same panel because it's such a good side panel. I've said it before, the wheel from the Logitech equipment bundle is a bit crap, but the side panel is the best side panel you can buy, genuinely. And you can buy it separately as well, which is great. Hello, Dylan. How are you doing? Probably find one off eBay for quite cheap. That's true, Leon. They're not that expensive brand new anyway, though. It's only 150 brand new for a side panel, which is cool. Who was it that got one of these last year? Was it P? Did you end up getting one of these bundles, P? Dylan says, doing quite well, just waiting for Euro Truck Sim to release. Oh, I know, that old waiting game, eh? Can't wait for Euro Truck to come to consoles. Can't wait to do crossplay with it. Did the monitor come with it, or is that just something you put on? The monitor's separate. This is actually a Raspberry Pi monitor. It's got like it's got all the attachments in the back to combine it with a Raspberry Pi. I was just like browsing through Amazon one day, and I came across this little monitor, and I thought that would be the perfect size to go on top of the control panel, and it fits so well. It fits so well. I just wish that it was possible to like pop out the dashboard on Farming Sim, so you know it'd be more like a real tractor control panel where you've got all the information on this little monitor. Unfortunately, you can't do that. But it's still cool, and it is still quite, you know, I like it. It does add a bit of realism that I've got like a little monitor on the control panel. Yo, Logs, how you doing? Dylan says, I bought the Moser truck bundle, so I'm prepared. Oh, nice one, Dylan. I would love to get the Moser truck bundle. It does look really good. Oh, we need some onions, by the way. It's just regular seeds. Fair enough. Raspberry Pi sounds yummy, says Max. I'd love to get a Raspberry Pi, actually. I've got an Arduino, which is funny story about the Arduino. We got given, well, we got lent Arduino kits in my last year of uni, and we had like a project to make a program, you know, for the Arduino. But because lockdown happened, there was no way to return the Arduinos to the university at the end of the year. And in the end, they just sent out an email saying, you know what, keep it, we'll buy some new ones. So the entire class, the entire course that year, got to keep their Arduinos. So I got an Arduino for free, which is like a Raspberry Pi, a lot more basic. But I would love to get a proper Raspberry Pi, that would be amazing. And for those of you who don't know, a Raspberry Pi is like a little microcomputer. You can do all sorts of cool stuff with them. Oh, I can put the beacon on. Look, I've moved the beacon. I've moved the beacon slightly because I had it up here before on top of the monitor, but you can't really see that with my current camera view, so I've moved it forwards. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, it should be like right in the very bottom left of the screen, which I like it there. It's a good position for it. It is right in my eye line though, so it is going to blind me. Cost me 1,100 euros, says Dylan. Yeah, they are quite pricey, Moser, but they're very, very good quality, you know, so you do get your money's worth. God, how heavy is this onion machine? We're only doing 11 miles an hour right now. Let me shift down a bit. I got a full Moser setup. Nice one, Logs. Nice one. Do you have the indicator stalks on the column as well? Because if I have looked at the Moser bundle and I have considered getting it, but if I do, I want to get the indicator stalks as well. Because right now I use this for the indicators on Euro Truck, which is pretty cool. It's like perfect for it. But it'd be nice to have the stalks too. Dylan got the blinkers. Nice one. How's the view count on Twitch, by the way? Can we have a quick update, chat? Six still. Oh my god, we're doing good today. I was really happy that even the Resident Evil stream got 6, which was really good. I think by the end of the stream we got 4.3 average on Resident Evil, but I'm really happy with it because the first 2 episodes of Resident Evil were really, really quiet streams. Like they weren't very busy, but Wednesday's one got really good views, which I appreciate. Okay, let's plant some onions. I'm gonna have to rename the VOD. If people tune into the VOD on YouTube after the fact, I can see it. I can predict the comments. She didn't plant any green beans at all. Well, actually, they probably would say he, to be honest. Are you on Xbox? I'm on PC, Dylan. Oh, we didn't turn it on. What starter cash did you start this save with? I think we started with like 1.2 mil because we brought over our money from the previous series, Saxlingham. We kept all of the equipment. I used the developer controls mod to give myself all the equipment and money that we had from the previous series, so that we could kind of continue from where we left off. Which I don't consider that cheating. I think that should be allowed. I think you should be allowed to like start a new save on this game and like import the money and the vehicles that you had like on your last save. You know what I mean? As if you like were moving to a new area, but you know, continue in the same farm. So that's what I did. Like I say, I used the developer tools to do it. but we got all the money and all the equipment that we finished Saxlingham with. That's what we started with on this one. Do you think with £300 I can get a good rig, says Leon? My equipment here probably costs about 300, to be honest. The steering wheel and side panel I got for 230, and the gear shifter I got for 70. So that's 300 just there. And that's all you really need. Like, the handbrake and the ignition lock and the beacon light, they're nice optional extras. But really, the only things you need is the steering wheel, side panel, and, you know, a gear shifter if you want to drive manual. So yeah, £300 easily can get you some basic stuff. I mean, it's not like top of the range equipment or anything like that, but it does its job, you know. And that's something that I've always been very keen to show, is that you can get decent, you know, you can get a decent gaming rig and a decent sim rig on a budget. You don't have to spend thousands and get like all the most expensive equipment. You can if you've got the money for that, and you know, you absolutely should if you can. But if you do want to get all this stuff on a budget, it is possible, which is great. If I'm left-handed, do I put the stick to the right, says Dylan? You just put the stick on whichever side you want. Obviously, because I'm from the UK, we have right-hand drive vehicles here, so in most of our cars, the gear shifter's on the left-hand side of the driver. So that's why I've got my gear shifter on my left. It depends, you know, depends what country you come from and whether they drive on the left or the right. And I guess personal preference as well. You know, that's a great thing with sim gear, is you can just rearrange it. You obviously, in a real car, you can't just take out the handbrake and put it on the other side. But with this, if I really wanted to, I could, you know, move stuff around. Okay, we're planting peas. There's one thing that I want to try really quickly, and I am going to have to be really quick, because the radio music in this game is... I think it is allowed on streaming platforms, but it's got, like, quite a restrictive length of time license, so in, like, 3 years, the VOD might get muted or whatever. But I want to put the radio on just for a second, because I've added a new mod that I want to test if it works. Okay, 1 second, 1 second. Where would I change the radio settings? General settings. Oh no, wait, I can hear it. Can you hear that? Let me turn the engine off for a second. There we go. There we go. I hope you can hear that. So, this mod... This is a mod that I have wanted for years. I remember the very first time I played Farming Sim in 2015, I wanted this to be a thing. Which is, when you get out of the tractor, you can still hear the radio, but it gets quieter as you move further away. You know, like a real vehicle. Because in the base game, you either have the radio on all the time, or you have the radio off all the time. You can't set it to be like realistic, where you can hear it, but only up to a certain distance. You know what I mean? That is exactly... That's so cool. Like I say, I've wanted this exact mod for years, and it's finally a thing. You can finally get out of the tractor, and you can still faintly hear the radio in the cab. And then the volume rolls off as you get further away. It's such a small thing, but I can't believe that this... I can't believe that you need a mod for this. I can't believe that it doesn't just work like that by default. That's how radios should work, you know? But yeah, in Farming Sim by default, you can either have the radio permanently turned on so you can hear it no matter where you are, or you can have it so that it's only audible in the tractor. But there's never been a setting where you can hear it, like, where it's proximity based. So that's really cool. I just wanted to test that that mod actually worked. It does, and I will definitely be using it in my free time. But I won't listen to the radio on stream, just, you know, just in case, for copyright reasons. That's good. I like that. I thought I'd give an update. There's 9 viewers right now. Thank you, Chaztastic. That's really cool. That's a loud radio, says Max. Yeah, it was quite audible, wasn't it, outside the cab? Oh, I wonder... I bet it doesn't. I bet it doesn't, but I wonder if some mods give you the ability to open the windows in the tractor. I wonder if you could open the window and then get out of the cab and it'd be a little bit louder because the window's open. Probably not. You'd probably have to modify the XML mod files for individual tractors for that to work, but I think in theory you could do it. You know, like how in Euro Truck when you wind the window down, the sound of the engine gets louder? Like that, but the opposite way around. How's everyone doing? Says Draydog. Very good, Draydog. How are you today? It's very quiet without the radio, isn't it? I really wish that the music in Farming Sim was like completely DMCA friendly, but unfortunately it isn't. From what I gather, it is allowed. Like the music is licensed so that you can use it in live streams, but it like expires after a couple of years. Like I did a bit of reading around on it, and I saw some people saying that like their Farming Sim gameplay from like 2015 had suddenly been restricted because the music license expired or whatever. So I don't want to risk it. You can add your own music files into the config. That is very true, Fred. Now that we've got this radio mod, I might do that because I have done that in the past. Obviously not with DMCA friendly music, but I have added some of my own favourites into the radio folder before. But yeah, that's actually a good idea. Now that we have this mod, I will look into getting some nice, you know, copyright friendly music and putting it into the game, and we might actually be able to have the radio on next time. Chaztastic says, I hope this doesn't come across rude, but I think the 2-hour lives I prefer. I can watch the whole stream with the 3-hour ones. I just get a bit burned out after a while. Hope you don't get offended by this, but yes. Thank you for letting me know, Chaztastic. I do agree. I think the 2-hour streams have been a little bit easier for me, and I think with a 2-hour stream, people are more likely to, you know, be able to watch the whole thing compared to 3 hours. The only thing for me, the only downside to the 2-hour streams is you don't get enough time to actually do much stuff in the game, you know what I mean? Especially with something like Farming Sim. 2 hours just isn't really long enough to get a lot done. So it's like a constant battle, you know, to decide what the best length for a stream should be. Like I say, I have enjoyed the 2 hours, and I do think 2 hours is a good amount of time for a stream. But I think I don't know. I mean, maybe, you know, in future, maybe we could adjust the length of the stream for each game, you know, like not every stream has to be the same length. It could be that we do 2 hours for Euro Truck, but then 3 hours for Farming Sim, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be, we don't have to have every single stream be 2 hours long or 3 hours long. We can kind of just eyeball it. Because I do think there are some games that benefit from shorter streams, and there are some games where a longer stream makes more sense. For the time being, you could put some overlay music in the background and stream, says Fred. That's true. I could put on my usual background music that I play at the start and the end of the stream. There we go. The problem is I've only got one track, and it's like 3 minutes long, so we'll not listen to it for the whole stream. It'll get old. We could do shorter on ETS, say 2 hours, then do a last hour of a free gameplay. That's actually, Fred, it's funny you should mention that, because I was thinking of something very similar. I was thinking of doing, like, double bill style streams, where we actually do 4 hours, and we'll play 2 different games and take a break in between. Like, for example, on Trucking Tuesday, because I like SnowRunner as well, we could do a 2-hour SnowRunner stream, and then do a 2-hour of Euro Truck as well. Because then we can... Then it's kind of the best of both worlds, because it's kind of like 2 2-hour streams. So anyone who wants to watch for the full 4 hours, they can do that. Anyone who just wants to watch one game and hang around for the first 2 hours, they can do that as well, and it doesn't feel like they're missing out, like leaving halfway through a game. So I definitely think that's something that I could consider doing. You know, doing those longer streams where we play more than one game. That'd be good, says Chaztastic. I'm thinking about it. I'm, especially since we're about to hit affiliate, I'm definitely thinking about how I'm going to format my streams moving forwards, you know. Are they going to be longer? Are they going to be shorter? What kind of games are we going to play? Are we going to, you know, obviously I'm going to try and keep the old favourites, Minecraft, Euro Truck, Farming Sim. But I am starting to think, you know, about how we can change things up a bit going forwards now that the audience is starting to grow a bit. What if we do double streams twice a week? Oh, I've still got my beacon light on. What if we do double streams twice a week, like Farm Sim for 2 hours twice a week, so it doesn't lose game time, but also people don't bore out? That's a good idea as well. Like I say, not every stream has to be the same length, right? So we could do a 2-hour Farming Sim stream, but then on Tuesday we could do a 4-hour double bill of Euro Truck and SnowRunner. And then Minecraft could be 3 hours, because Minecraft's another one of those games where you need a bit more time to get stuff done. Like I say, I just... The only reason that I keep all of my streams the same length is for convenience. But there's nothing wrong with saying, you know, this stream's going to be 2 hours, this one's going to be 3 hours, this one's going to be 4 hours. Like, we can have different length streams throughout the week, right? Leon says maybe just 2 minimum and max 3, and just end within that time. That's also a possibility. Draydog says, came up with an idea for a sort of spin-off for Doctor Who. My idea is a show set when Luke was at university, I'm guessing, Draydog? I missed the end of that comment, but that'd be cool. I was saying the other day, I think a Sarah Jane spin-off, now that the kids are adults, you know, a spin-off with Ronnie, Clyde and Luke as adults would be really cool. Glamrock Freddy says, had to do a test today, but missed it because the teacher forgot the test at home. Wow. The teacher forgot the homework. Oh, by the way, Freddy, I'm playing Wonders of Sodor tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be around tomorrow. Same time as usual, 5 PM till 7 PM. Although, if we hit affiliate tonight, we might be able to go a bit longer tomorrow. But yeah, we're checking out Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor in tomorrow's stream. So if you're interested in Thomas, if you're interested in trains, come along tomorrow for Wonders of Sodor. I'm so excited for it. At uni with K9, and he was secretly fighting aliens without telling Sarah. That could be quite funny. You know what? Hang on, hang on. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to go to program files. Oh wait, where's the farm sim folder? Oh, is it in documents? Documents, my games, farm sim 25. Right, I found it. Music, and this is where I put in my chosen music. Right, I'm gonna try and put this music that's playing right now into the game. File location. Okay, just bear with me a second. There we go. Oh, it might not play because it's not an MP4 file. MP3, sorry. Let's try it. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no. That's copyright. That's copyright. How do I go up? How do I go up? There we go. Oh, no, but then that just goes straight to online streams. Okay. Okay, I think it's because the file was in the wrong format. It's not actually showing in the game there, which is a shame. We'll just have to keep listening to it on VLC for now. There's converters online. Yeah, I'll like I say, for the next farming sim stream, I'll see if I can put together a bit of a playlist of copyright-free music, and we can actually have the radio on in-game. It just, you know, in those quieter moments, it just keeps the stream from being a bit less, like, dead silent. Because there are periods where I'm, you know, not talking, not reading chat, and it temporarily gets very quiet. I'd prefer that if there was always, you know, a bit of background music just to keep people interested in the quiet parts, right? Update on Twitch view count, says Fred. Can somebody confirm for us? I think it's probably like 8. It could have gone down a bit, but it was 9 at last count, which is incredible. I just came back, forgot to say Fit's on point. Thank you, Logs, thank you. 5 right now. That's still good. It's still above the minimum. As long as it stays above 3, we're all good. Max says if K9 had his own show, that would be epic. Could be like Wishbone, but Doctor Who. It's funny you should say that, Max, because K9 actually did have his own TV show. In Australia, of all places. There was a K9 spin-off. It ran for 1 series, but the thing is, they changed K9's model, so it looks nothing like K9. And it was also crap, and it didn't get renewed. But there was a failed K9 series, and obviously, who could forget K9 and Company? You know, what a roller coaster that was. Any like deep Doctor Who nerds will know about K9 and Company. If you don't, look it up. What do you mean changed K9's model? Why would you even do that? Yeah, he looked like... Have you know those, like, robot dog toys that were, like, a thing in, like, the mid-2000s? They made K9 look like that in the spin-off. It was terrible. I think it's because the shape of K9 is actually licensed, like, it's copyright protected, so they couldn't actually use his original design for it. So they just made a random generic robot dog that happened to also be called K9. There were no references to Doctor Who in it at all. Because, again, it had to be legally distinct. It was crazy. Evening, Smithy. How you doing? Literally just K9 by name and name alone. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Do you live alone, says Tom? I don't. I live with my brother. Have a drink. I'm trying a new drink today, by the way. It's Relentless Guava. It's very nice. Makes change from the usual Monster. And I like guava-flavoured stuff, generally. All good now, it's the weekend? Oh yes, Smithy. Got anything planned for this weekend? What's your career, says Tom? If I get more than 3 viewers on Twitch today, it's going to be this. If I can reach affiliate in today's stream, I am going to properly knuckle down on this from now on. This time next year, Rodney will be millionaires. Getting married this weekend, going on a walk locally. Nice one, Smithy. Enjoy. Sitting at 5 currently, says Max. Nice one. Speaking of walks, actually, I was just reading today about the King Charles III coastal path, which I had no idea about. I had no idea this existed until I came across this article about it today. But apparently, there's like this new infrastructure project in the works, which aims to create a coastal path all the way around England, and it's like more than 50% complete, which is insane. Like the eventual plan is that you will be able to start in Newcastle, start in Berwick-upon-Tweed and walk all the way down and around the coast to Penzance, and then back up to like the south of Wales, and it'll just be one single public walking trail the entire way. It's going to be over 2,700 miles of public walking trail, which is such a cool concept, honestly. I really like the idea. Because if you've ever tried doing a coastal walk before, there's always private beaches, there's always, you know, like ports and stuff like that in the way. There's always restricted areas that so you eventually have to divert away from the coast. The idea of like a public walking trail along the entire coast of the whole country, that's genuinely really cool. It would be really cool to see, you know, when it's finished. Like I say, apparently more than 50% of it's done. The northeast section is already finished. You can walk from Berwick-upon-Tweed to Skegness. That is a fully complete section of the trail. That's over 300 miles, and you can walk all the way, public footpath all the way along the coast. That's such a cool idea. I can't believe I'd never heard of it before. Sounds brill, never knew that. Honestly, like I say, really, really cool. And the idea that when it's finished, you could just go and do this nearly 3,000 mile walk of public footpath, it's such a cool concept. I would wild camp it, says Smithy. You could. Honestly, you could. Like, you don't even have to do the whole thing, you know? You could just do the east coast or the south coast. But, like I say, the idea of being able to just walk from end to end on a public trail, that is really, really cool. 7 viewers, says Draydog. Nice one. Nice one. Can I ask a question about the Thomas game you're playing tomorrow, or would you rather answer tomorrow? We'll save it for tomorrow, Chaz. Do you need any help with Twitch, like emotes or graphics? Would love to help. I will definitely consider it, because once we do hit affiliate, obviously we can have custom emotes and stuff like that. I'm actually very happy with the graphics that I've got right now. I've put a lot of effort into the current graphics that we've got, and I feel like they're not too busy, they're not too in the way, but they also add a bit of visual interest, you know? Emotes is definitely something that I'd like a bit of help with, though, because I do want to have custom emotes, but I'm not, like, great with digital art. So I'll bear it in mind, Chaz. I will bear it in mind. Thank you for offering. Are you on Farming Sim all evening? We are, yes. We are going to be finishing at 7 today, so we're only going to be going for another hour. But again, longer streams will be coming back soon. We will try and keep some shorter streams, because by the sounds of it, people are enjoying the shorter streams. But there'll definitely be longer streams coming as well. We'll try and mix it up a bit in future. Map name, this is Kinlaig from the Highlands Fishing DLC. Sorry, I keep brushing my hair back. It's a bit of a mess. I haven't washed it for a few days, so I want to keep it out of sight. That's early, says Smithy. Yeah, the reason we're finishing earlier, the reason we've only been doing 2-hour streams for the last week is because we're very close to affiliate on Twitch. And by doing shorter streams, it's allowed us to bump up the average views a little bit more, which has really helped. Really helps. Like I say, this is hopefully the last stream where we'll need to do it. By the sounds of it, we are well on track to hit 3 viewers today, which is the goal. And if we do hit it today, then I should be getting an email this weekend inviting me to join the affiliate program, which is just absolutely huge news. I'm really hoping we can make it happen. It would be so amazing if we could actually do it. I completely forgot the music was playing, by the way. It's just kind of... it's not as repetitive as I thought it would be, because it's just kind of faded into the background. Like, I can hear it, and it stops the stream from getting too quiet. But it's not too loud to be distracting, you know? I'll definitely add some more tracks in future, though. That way. I've got the timescale at 1 as well. That should be on. I think 6 is where we've been keeping it before. I'm actually going to put it up to 10 because it's been on 1 this whole time. Can we compare sizes, please, says Smithy. I'm good. I'm good, actually, thanks. I don't think I will. Okay, once we get to the end of this row, I'm going to take a look at the entire map. Oh, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. I mean, of the farm, says Smithy. Well, if you want to see the size of the farm, we currently own field 20, 23, 50, and 35. So that much. Hey Jack, how are you doing? I know you're scared. Scared of what? Nothing. Well, that's me, fearless. I'm so glad they clarified what they meant, says Max. I mean, I still have my doubts, because a little while ago, when I was saying that I was going to go back to doing longer streams, he commented, longer like me. So, so no, I don't think he did actually mean the farm. I think that was a clever lie. How's the stream going, says Jack. Good, Jack, actually. How are you doing? No, we've, no comments on YouTube so far today. Been very quiet over on YouTube. But I think that's because pretty much all of my YouTube viewers have moved over to Twitch now. So... I still stream on YouTube because you can save the VODs, you know, permanently on YouTube, so it's just easier. It's easier to stream there than to, like, re-upload the stream, you know. That's why I started streaming on YouTube in the first place, just so that the VODs were automatically available there. And by the way, if you're interested in seeing more of my content, everybody, you can head over to YouTube and you can watch every live stream I've ever done, and there's almost 250 of them, so if you've got, wait, what's 250 times 3? If you've got 750 hours spare, and you fancy filling that 750 hours with me, you can. That's crazy, that is actually crazy. 750 hours of me is on the internet right now. Wild. Absolutely wild. You really don't think about how quickly it adds up, you know? Smithy says, you got the wrong end of the stick. You can grab the right end if you like. Okay. Thank you, Smithy, but I think we can cut the innuendos now, please. Thank you very much. Smithy's gone. That's just over 31 days, says Fred. Damn. That's a month. And a straight month of Soul. That's crazy. Sorry, everybody. That was bold of them, says Max. You'd be surprised. It's very common for people to join my streams and then comment like very obvious innuendos, and then when you call them out on it, they're like, no, I didn't mean it like that. What, are you dirty-minded or something? Like, yes, you did mean it like that. You very obviously meant it like that. But they do it deliberately, you know, like like when he said, you know, can we compare sizes, please? He very obviously meant you know what. But obviously, as soon as I called him out on it, he was like, no, I didn't mean that, you're just dirty-minded. Like, no, you did mean it like that. You very clearly meant it like that. Oh, Jack, I highly recommend checking this mod out, arnismc.com. Is that MC? Is that a Minecraft mod? I'll look into it. P says 700 hours of Soul. What have we done to deserve this punishment? Can you imagine? God, can you imagine how much content other people have put out onto the internet? Like, can you imagine people who've been doing this for years and years? How much content is actually out there? Like, my favorite YouTuber is Markiplier. I'm a big Markiplier fan. Markiplier's been doing YouTube since 2009. I cannot even begin to imagine how much video and live stream content he has actually produced in that time. You know, it surely would take an entire year, just a year straight, 24/7, to watch everything that he's ever put out on YouTube. Which is insane. And like, you know, if I'm still doing this in 5 years' time, how many hours of content will be out there by then of me? Thousands and thousands. It's crazy to think about. Question is though, if a doctor told you had 31 days to live, would you go and watch my live archive back to back? The doctor says you have 750 hours to live. Ashbridge Industries live archive. Fred says, used to watch Shadow of Israel by the Yogscast on YouTube. Oh, yes. When are we getting Shadow of Israel 43? Simon, Lewis, come on, pull your finger out. I'm a big Yogscast fan as well. I think the Yogscast are what got me into Minecraft, to be honest, because I used to watch their Tech It series back in the day. The original Jaffa Factory, and I've been loving the Jaffa Factory 2 as well. I do love your live streaming, but, says P, yeah, I know, I get it, you got families and, you know, things to do, people to see. You got more important ways to spend your final month on the earth, I get it. Although I could listen to your piano all the time, says Max. Thank you, Max, that's nice. A good save, Max, says P. I wonder how much piano content I've done, actually. I wonder if you played all of my piano videos back to back, how long would it take? Probably about an hour. Because when I first started doing piano videos on TikTok, you could only upload 60 seconds of footage. Does anyone ever remember back then when you could only do 1-minute videos on TikTok? And I think my longest piano video is A Day in the Life by the Beatles, which is like 6 minutes long. Yeah, now you can get someone's entire dissertation, says Max. True. My longest TikTok video is 27 minutes long. That was my visit to Lady Bower Reservoir in the Peak District. That was my longest video so far. The Yogscast Minecraft Desert Island series is really good, says Fred. Yeah, oh, I used to love watching them just play random adventure maps. I feel like adventure maps just aren't really a thing anymore in Minecraft. They've fallen out of fashion. But I used to love watching them play like medieval fantasy style adventure maps. They always had the John Smith texture pack on. And all the NPCs were just like stick figures with pumpkin heads. God, good times, good times. I really wish adventure maps would make a comeback, because there's so many tools for them now. Like, you could make some really, really cool adventure maps for Minecraft with you know, all the recent updates. But they just aren't really the done thing now. Yogscast Minecraft videos were all I used to watch after school. Same. I used to come home from school, I used to get straight onto YouTube, I'd watch the Yogscast, I'd watch Markiplier. Those were like my big two channels that I just used to watch constantly growing up. It's 6:15 already, by the way. The first hour has flown by. Can we get a view count check on Twitch, please? Four, says Liam. That's good. That's good. It sounds like it's been 4 for most of the stream. It's gone up a couple of times, but it feels like 4 is the baseline. So I think the average will probably be like 4.2, 4.3. The TikTok stream's been quite quiet today, which is unusual for Farming Sim. Normally Farming Sim's one of my busier streams. Last week's Farming Sim stream was really big on TikTok, but it's been a quiet one today. There's been a few viewers though, there's 7 viewers right now. Do you play Euro Truck, says Kieran? I do, Kieran, yes. I'll be streaming that on Tuesday. Apart from me, says Fred. Yes, you're keeping the chat going on TikTok at the minute, Fred. I appreciate it though, I do. I just wish that I could mix the I just wish that I could mix the TikTok chat in with the YouTube and Twitch chats. I was really disappointed that that's not an option. I'll for sure hop on that live. Thank you, Kieran. And thanks for following, by the way. Okay, looks like there's only 2 more rows to go, and we will have our fully planted field of onions. The question is, what are we going to do next? Because it is only 6:15. We still have 45 minutes. I don't think... I don't know if I want to buy another field or not, actually. We could expand a little bit. Field 22 looks a good size. It's a similar size to this one here. Field 21 looks good, but it's separated from the existing area, you know. I want to try and keep it all lumped together, so we'll have a look at 22 after this. Red or white onions? They are white, Balaclava Man. I don't think you can plant red onions, unfortunately. It would be nice to have the option. I prefer red onions. I'm a big red onion enjoyer. And, look, I like raw red onions as well. White onions, I don't know, white onions don't taste good raw. But red onions do. Red onions are, like, really juicy. I don't mean, like, biting into it like an apple, by the way. But, like, in salads and stuff like that. Red onion, you know, raw red onion goes nice in a salad, whereas white onions, I feel like they don't taste as good unless they're cooked. Thank goodness, says Max. Yeah, I'm not just crunching on onions, don't worry. 200% red onion is best. Yeah, love a good red onion. Granted, you'd probably get a lot of views if you did. Yeah, let's just do a live stream of me just eating vegetables that you don't normally eat raw. Although I could end up with food poisoning. I think, what is it? It's potatoes that you can't eat raw, right? Raw potatoes are very bad for you. Raw parsnips are very bad as well. Raw carrots are good. I actually love raw carrots. Now there's a vegetable that I could just get one out of the bag and just eat it. You know, I love carrots. Tomatoes are a good one to eat raw as well, you know, just straight out of the bag. Cherry, I like cherry tomatoes, but, you know, I like a nice big plum tomato as well, a nice juicy one. I miss the days of wondering what Old Peculiar and Skylord Lysander were up to when life was easy. True. Simpler times, you know. I love a spring onion, says Balaclava Man. Spring onions are good. I like a spring onion. Again, good in a salad. Oh, Daisy, says Fred. I'm not going to do the voice, but yes. Can't stand radishes, vile things, says Balaclava Man. Oh, I'm going to have to disagree with you there, Balaclava Man. I love radishes. Oh, I love a good radish. What was that, what's that Miriam Margolyes quote? You know the one, you know what I mean. I'd rather have a radish. You said it in your head in Old Peculiar's voice though? True. Probably not safe for work, says Pete. Yeah. No, there's a Miriam Margolyes interview. She was asked. I don't think it was an interview. I think it was one of those, you know, like reacting to most searched comments kind of thing. But the question was, would you rather have sex or a radish? And she said, if it was good sex, I'd rather have sex, but if it was bad sex, I'd rather have a radish. Which is such a Miriam Margolyes thing to say. And honestly, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. I love a good radish, I can't lie. Okay, I'm going to do a quick save. Honestly, national treasure. Genuinely a national treasure. Okay, let's, shall we buy... Is there anything in it right now? Before you buy a field in Farming Sim, make sure it's got nothing in it. You don't want to be lumped with a crop that you don't want. It's got... Oh, it's got red beet in it. I really want that field, but beetroot is one of the worst crops to harvest in the game. We just can't do it. We can't take it. 21 could be an option. That has currently got... Oh, that's got oats in it. And we've already got a field of oats. That's perfect. Is it... Wait, hang on. Yeah, okay, we could go for field 21. Let's have a drive over there with the ape. Did it hurt? Says Ted. What are you gonna say? When I fell from heaven because I'm an angel. Very dated pickup line, but no, it didn't actually. What do you think of Unit's Marvel-style base, says Draydog? I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan of Unit in general in the last couple of series of Doctor Who. I think, I don't know, they just kind of went a bit too big budget with it. I think, you know, Unit is kind of supposed to... It's not necessarily secret, like, it is a public organisation, like, it's a publicly known branch of the military, but what they do is quite secretive, you know. I feel like Unit wouldn't be as flashy as they are in the last series of the show. They wouldn't have, like, a massive Avengers Tower in the centre of London, you know what I mean? Which plot is this on Kinlaig? We're currently looking at... The gate has... Am I stuck in the gate? We're currently looking at plot 21. I didn't realise that you had a new account, says Ted. Yeah, I've had this account for about 2 months. The old one got shadow banned because I kept mentioning Twitch too much. But I'm almost affiliated on Twitch now, so I don't actually care if this one gets shadow banned again. Wait, this is sunflowers? Oh, we're in the wrong field. Which plot's your farm on? Oh, it's plot 49, which is the starting farm. Does Kate have kids? Because I was thinking she's not going to be in charge forever and isn't Unit basically a family business. It kind of is at this point. Like, when they brought back Kate in 2010, you know, in I think it was The Power of Three that she first appeared. I did like the idea that she took over as scientific advisor from the Brigadier, but you know, looking back at it now, she's still in charge 15 years later. It really just feels like she's kind of... She is the company kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, she is Unit. It feels like there's not It feels like there aren't really many checks and balances at unit. You know, it kind of feels like Kate is just commander-in-chief of the entire unit organization, and nobody else has any real power at all. Like she just has the final say on any of it. I just don't like the way unit has been handled in the last series generally. Okay, I think we could take this field. I think we could. Oh wait, what's in field 2 actually? It's a bit big, but it could be... It's not parsnips. It's... Oh, it's onions! There's onions in field 2 as well. Let's buy field 2. Okay, sorry, 21. We're not having you. Wait, let me just check again. Yeah, I feel like 2 would be a good one to go for as well. It's quite a big field compared to some of the others, but I like the idea of sticking to the west coast of the map and then spreading across, you know, the western side of the map. You a farmer now, says Sean? Oh yes, I've been playing this game for a long time. In Flux, she brought up the fact that her family's been running it for years. Yeah. Have you watched Point of Interest? Think you'd like it? I haven't seen it, Fred, but I've seen it advertised, and it does look like the kind of thing that I'd enjoy. Okay, back over to field 2. Is anyone getting annoyed by the music, by the way? I can turn it off if it's starting to annoy people. I honestly, I'm not really noticing it. It's just kind of fading into the background, but I know it is just the same track playing on a loop, so if people want me to turn it off, I'll turn it off. I forgot it was there, says Max. That's good. That's good, honestly. If it kind of fades into the background and you don't really notice it, but it still makes the stream, you know, it still ensures that the stream's not completely silent at any time, then I'm happy with it. It's not that annoying, says Matt. Good to know, Matt. How are you doing, Matt, by the way? It's good, don't worry, says SFC. Good, good, good. Play Shaun the Sheep, says Sean. Is there a Shaun the Sheep game? I actually made a Shaun the Sheep, prototype Shaun the Sheep game at university. Fun fact. And when I say a prototype Shaun the Sheep game, I mean I worked with Aardman officially. And honestly, it's like one of the coolest things I've ever had the chance to do. Haven't watched Shaun the Sheep in donkey's years, says Draydog. Oh, it is good. I love Shaun the Sheep. She's capping, says Sean. I'm serious. I'm serious. In fact, I don't normally like to mention it, but if you go to ashbridgeindustries.co.uk, that's my web portfolio, you can actually see some screenshots from the prototype on my web portfolio. It was during my final year at university. We did a module where we split into teams of like 4 or 5 people, and each team worked with a real industry company, you know, to like get experience working with a client or whatever. And my team worked with Aardman Animations. We went to the main studio in Bristol. We met all the top brass and everything, and we were tasked with making a prototype game to promote the then upcoming movie. And yeah, it was really cool. It was a really cool experience. I mean, I didn't get to meet like Nick Park or anyone that high up the ladder, but it was really cool. Like genuinely a dream come true to work with Aardman, you know, the makers of Wallace and Gromit. Did they use it? They didn't use it. No, it was never intended to be like an actual thing that would be made into a real game. It was more just for us as students to get experience working with a real client, you know. But there were a few other like local game studios and companies involved. But yeah, I was lucky enough to get to work with Aardman, and it was really cool. Do you use the Farm Sim 25 in-game mods, or is it PC only mods? I use the Mod Hub mods, so they're all. I mean, some of them are PC only, but they're all mods, you know, from the official Mod Hub. What am I doing? I was supposed to be driving to Field 3. Sorry, I got distracted talking about Aardman. Have a great rest of the stream. Sorry, P. I don't know if you're still here, but P said they're gonna have to go. Thank you for joining, P. I think we've still got enough views anyway over on Twitch today. How many are watching right now? Can we get a quick check? Hi Connor, how are you doing? Three, says Liam. Okay. Ooh, we're cutting it close now. We're cutting it close. Just to remind everyone on TikTok, by the way, I am one stream away from becoming a Twitch affiliate. So if you can, please consider going over to Twitch and watching the stream over there. If I can get an average of 3 viewers today, I will officially be an affiliate. So please do consider going and watching the stream over there if you can. Wait, I've taken a wrong turn again. We're supposed to be up here. Oh, the ape is really not built for this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, okay, good. What are we stuck on? Is there a tree stump or something? Okay, so this field here got onions in it. I think we'll buy it. I think we'll buy it. Ooh, it costs $250,000. Maybe not then, maybe not. Let's head back to the farm. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cade says, that doesn't look like a girl's outfit. You need jeans and a crop top. I mean, I did wear shorts and a crop top yesterday. But I can assure you this is a girl's jumpsuit. Capitalism, discuss, says Sean. I mean, let's not get into political arguments, please. Not today. Chaztastic says, help all out everyone on TikTok come here to the better platform. I mean, I wouldn't like to word it like that myself, Chaz, but I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. It would help me out more than you can possibly imagine. Okay, there we go. That's it. Okay, is there anything else that actually needs to be done then? Oh, I'll tell you one thing I am going to do. If there's any cows left, I'm going to sell them. We have had so much trouble with the cows, because they keep dying. Oh, the animal deal's on a break, right. They keep dying because we got a mod that like makes animals more realistic, but they just die. We've literally got one living cow. 14 of them have died, so I'm just going to sell it. If it'll let me. I don't think it'll let me. Okay. It's probably going to die anyway, so we'll just leave it for now. Is there anything else that needs doing then? We've just planted these onions, so they're fine. We don't need to do anything there. Everything looks fine in the oat field. We will need to spray at some point, but oats aren't going to be ready to harvest until July, so we've got at least another day to spray them. And I think we do have a sprayer, right? I think we've already got a sprayer. What about the meat, says Sean? Well, unfortunately we haven't been able to keep any cows alive long enough to sell them, so we have made exactly no money from these cows at all since the start of this series. Okay, this is the current sprayer that we have. Hardy Aeon. It's pretty big. I'm going to turn the music off. It is starting to... I'm starting to notice it now. And it's starting to get repetitive, so I'm turning it off now. Are you one of those vegans, says Sean? Nope, I'm not vegan or vegetarian. How many more minutes till live stream, says Matt? I mean, it was supposed to be ending in 20 minutes, but we don't really have anything else to do today. I feel like we've kind of already done everything that needed to be done today. I may end it early. I'm going to do a quick save. That outfit's awful, says Ollie. Thanks, Ollie. I notice you don't have a picture of yourself on your profile, so... I mean, if you're going to criticize my outfit, at least have the bollocks to show your face, you know what I mean? Is there any stream tomorrow, says Draydog? Yes, tomorrow I'm going to be playing Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor, which I'm looking forward to. First official Thomas and Friends train simulator ever, so hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. Okay, why has my game suddenly frozen whilst I'm saving? This is bad. I think I'm going to have to force quit the game. That's very bad. When did I last save? It just crashed. Oh no, it's saved. It's saved. Okay. Whew. Right. I think that is a sign for us to end the stream early, folks, because that's very nearly crashed and lost a lot of progress. But I think I was planning on finishing early today anyway. We've pretty much done everything that I needed to do today. And look, I'll be honest, I just really want to hit that 3 viewer average so that we can get affiliate. And I feel like quit while you're ahead. Quit while you're ahead. If we end now, we've definitely hit the average that we needed. So let's do that. Next week's Farming Sim stream will be longer. We will get back to like regular length streams again. I do apologize for the streams being shorter these last few days. But the only reason that they've been shorter is because we've been so close to hitting affiliate, and I just wanted to try and keep the average views up for the last few days to help us get there. And I think we've done it. So I'm going to put the music back on. I'm going to switch over to the big cam. And I will say thank you very much, everyone, for joining. I do appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed. Hopefully this was it. Hopefully this was the last live stream we needed to reach affiliate. If we got an average of 3 viewers or more in today's stream, then we have hit affiliate. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that's it. Next stream is going to be Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor tomorrow. Is it kind of like Train Simulator? It is Train Simulator, Matt. So it's made by the same people who made Train Sim Classic and Train Sim World. It's built in the same engine as Train Sim World, but obviously it's got Thomas characters in it, and it's on the island of Sodor. I'm looking forward to it. It really is going to be really cool to play because I'm a huge Thomas fan. I'm a huge Train fan. It'll hopefully be very nostalgic. But yeah, that's for tomorrow. And, maybe if we have hit affiliate today, we might even be able to do a slightly longer stream tomorrow. It depends how much I enjoy the game, which, to be quite honest, is probably going to be a lot. So, we'll see. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Sorry for ending today's stream early, but, you all know the situation. You all know how eager I am to hit that average view count on Twitch today, so I hope you'll understand and I hope you'll forgive me for ending the stream early today and for all the shorter streams that we've done this week. That's it. I'll see you all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and make myself some dinner. And I'll see you tomorrow for Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. It should be... I'm just going to wait a second because it's going to appear on the top right on the YouTube and Twitch stream any second. Come on. There it is. That's what I'm going to be playing tomorrow. Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. Join me at 4 PM GMT for that. Oh, I should shout out the patrons as well. Thank you very much to Kate, Jess, Danny, Riley, P, Charlie, Amy, Marika, Aaron, Liam, Matt, and Max. I'm just moving the camera over on TikTok so you can see all of those names. Thank you very much to everyone over there for supporting me. If you'd like to get your name on this board, there is a link in my bio. It costs £1 a month. Oh, you can see the wheel cam there as well. Look, on TikTok right now. If you want to get your name on this board, there's a link in my bio. It costs £1 a month. You get access to behind-the-scenes content as well as VIP status in the Discord server and a few other benefits. And you'll be supporting me in what I do here on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. So thank you very much once again to Kate, Jess, Danny, Riley, P, Charlie, Amy, Marika, Aaron, Liam, Matt, and Max. I think I got everyone's names there. That's it. I will see you all tomorrow for Wonders of Sodor. Don't forget to do the thing, says Max. What thing? Oh, did you mean the Patreon readout? We did it. Don't worry, I remembered. Okay, so I'm gonna end now. Before the average view count drops. Bye bye everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'll see you tomorrow for Wonders of Sodor. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.